Armour Pants here, World Tank Blitz, T14 tank review and mastery gameplay. So here we go, let's have a look at it. The T14 US Heavy Tank Tier 5 Premium. It's 2,400 gold, it's about $10, which is good value. This is a dependable and reliable tank, it's very forgiving. But it's effectively an American bully. It's Tier 5 bully. It's the Jimbo of Blitz, let's say. You know, its armour profile is just trollish. And I think just remember is it's the junior high bully, let's say. So let's have a look at the tech spec. So I will load it out as I would load out most of my heavy tanks. Go for the enhanced armour. I go for recoil gun on it as well. Toolbox. Yeah, just set it up like that. So I set up most of my heavy tanks. See here, the gun itself is pretty good. 75mm gun. Has a great rate of fire, has a great reload. It's only 5.7 seconds, so you're going to be able to outfire a lot of tanks. If you get into a brawl with a KV1, VK3001 or any of those ones, you're going to outfire them, outdamage them, and it has, so that's why the tank allows you to get into those face hugging situations and into brawling. The tank itself is pretty mobile for a heavy tank too. It's far more mobile than a KV, for example. The T1 heavy as well, it's far more mobile than that. But its main thing is its armour. It has brilliant armour. It has brilliant armour all around the tank, even at the back. And you could say that the armour is trolled in a way, and that if you come face on to other Tier 5s and certainly into Tier 4s, you can just bully your way. You can really go front line in this tank. And here's something it has which a lot of heavy tanks don't have. It's protected at the back as well. It has all around protection. And that's why I say this tank is forgiving, because you can go and make a mistake in this tank and you won't get smashed. So it allows you, if you're not so experienced or whatever, to just make a few mistakes and learn from them. Look at this front on bully boy. Look how difficult that is to pen front on. It is just intimidating. And then if you're up tier to tier 6, if you get your hull down, just have the turret shown, this tank can still hold its own. So it's good for peekaboo, it's good for, it's not good for much else, but actually you can go front line, you can do 1v1 brawl, circle of death in it, and if you've got recoil gun loaded, you can actually do some long range sniping too. So it's a good all round tank. And the major thing is, if you're looking for a premium tank and you're not so experienced, then this is a good tank to get, because it's in a medium tier. Because I did a video there the other day about the Tier 7, the little goose, the premium heavy tank, and I said, we shouldn't go up to Tier 7, Tier 8 if you're not that experienced. So then some people ask me, okay, well, what premium tank can I get? Well, I recommend this one, because you shouldn't be, if you're not such an experienced player, you shouldn't be going up to the higher tiers, because you lack the experience and skills. You're going to get smashed. Your teammates are going to be annoyed with you. You're not going to enjoy it. So just nobody's winning, are they? But if you want to get a tier 5 premium, that's forgiving, that's going to allow you to make mistakes, to learn skills, like for example going front line, like for example brawling, like for example face hugging, all these things. This tank, side scraping for example, this tank will allow you to learn those things. And as I said, you can make some mistakes in it and it will forgive you. You're not going to get smashed and 2 shots and the game's over. This tank will allow you to make some mistakes and therefore learn those skills. And then later on, when you've got the skills, then off you go to the higher tiers. Bob's your uncle, or your auntie's married to a man named Robert, or whatever way you want to look at it. Now, what I was doing there at the start of this game was I was just firing some shots on spec into those bushes, because I suspected there were some fuckers in there, and true enough, there were indeed some fuckers in the bushes. I switched up now to APCR because I'm putting shots in from a distance. And one of the things about this gun is that it's short, it's a stubby barrel. So like something like many American guns. So therefore you don't always get the rifling on the shells that you would get on other guns, for example like German guns. So sometimes you need to use APCR to get an extra bit of pen. But you've got such a good rate of fire that you continue to do decent DPM in it. Now a lot of shots I fired into those bushes didn't really have any effect, right? Or so it would seem, because it didn't do any damage. But they do have an effect, because when there's shells bouncing off you, or you're getting your modules damaged, that has an effect on you, and also distracts you, and it means that you're not playing to your optimal level. So even though you may not be penning all the time, firing shells sometimes at the enemy to distract them, to blow a module or whatever, to track them, can have an effect and can help your teammates. which is what I was doing there. And actually, you'll see that because I get a mastery in this game, and it's not so much because of the damage and all that, but it's XP, and that's XP is from doing activities in the game. You know, you sound like I'm running a play school there. Let's do some activities, but you know what I mean. Like you do more, the more things you do in the game, the more contribution you have to your friends, your allies, the better you are. You see there now, I just tracked him, didn't pen him, but I tracked him, and then of course the reloading this is so good, I'm able to get a second shot in before he can reload, and then it's good night Irene for him. Another shot there, nice shot in the back of the T14. So you can see my contribution to this game is I've gone pretty much front line, and well, as much as I could. I've distracted the enemy, I spotted them up, I put damage into them, I've blown modules, even when I haven't penned. And I'm just all around just being a good team player, you know. I'm not doing anything spectacular, nothing that any player couldn't do. You know, you don't have to be a super unicorn player or the best player in Blitz or any of that sort of stuff to do the simple things I've done there. You mean firing a shot into a bush doesn't require a lot of skill, but it does help your team, and does get you XP points and all that. So yeah, so just, you know, bear that in mind, you know, and that will just doing stuff, you know, get you XP, and XP gets you masteries and first classes and all that, and all those things to make you a better player. See there, I got another bounce. Now I've already got my gold ribbon on the damages. There I got another kill. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up on him now. I'm going to use my armour. I can trust this tank. You know, I don't think he's going to pen me, but even if he does, he's going to do so much damage. My gun lets me down there. They should have aimed a bit better. See there, I got another bounce, and then it's game over for him. So I'm ready up to over 1.7k damage, which is pretty good when you've been up tiered as well. And now we're a 3v1 situation. So if we all keep calm, stick to the plan, we should win this game. Now I'm going up against a higher tier medium here, but I have a complete faith in this tank's armour, you know. I'm going to create a bit of an angle here, I'm going to come out straight onto him, but now I decide to wait till he turns his gun, which he does. And you know, like, this is the thing about this tank, and why I really like it, and why it's sort of, I believe, an often overlooked tank, in that, you know, you see how manoeuvrable is. I'm actually getting around him now. So I'm kind of doing to him what he would normally do to heavy tanks. I'm doing to him in a heavy tank. And as I said, it's far more manoeuvrable than, let's say, a KV or a VK, and it's a Tier 5 in its class. So over 2k damage, but that's not really what got the mastery for me, because I only got 3 kills as well. It's all the activities I did to get that XP. And as we said before, masteries are about XP, right? They're not about doing damage and kills. They're just some of the things that contribute to XP, but not everything. So yeah, so there we go. It was a pretty good game, I thought. It is a good tank, it's a reliable tank, and if you're not such an experienced player, but you know, you want to get a premium tank that's going to earn you good credits and allow you to make mistakes, allow you to learn and harness those skills you need for moving up, well, this tank I would definitely recommend it. So some takeaways. The armour is troll. It is a front-on bully, especially if you're not up tiered. If you're the top tier, you can just do what you like. It's a good gun, great rate of fire. It's a very forgiving tank, as I said. It allows you to make mistakes, and that's worth its weight in gold. And it's a great tank, therefore, for learning skills. It's good value. It's not that expensive, $10, you know. It's a good credit earner. So all around, this is a tank I'd recommend for you if you want to get a premium tank that's good value and won't break the bank. All right, take it easy now. Cheers, much, subscribe and follow and all that. Cheers now. See you now. Boys.